My name is Alyssa.
And I'm Emily, and you're listening to Slash&Slay, a horror podcast.
Hi, guys.
Hello.
Welcome back.
Welcome back.
We're here again.
We're here again. We're here again. Welcome back.
Here again.
How are you, Alyssa?
I'm doing pretty good. I'm kind of hungry, but I'm
Kind of hungry?
Yeah.
Well, I said I would get you something.
You did,
from
but
natural grocers.
I know.
Although there's not much to choose from except for,
Right.
I don't know, what do they sell?
Drinks and stuff.
Yeah.
Like little,
Healthy foods and herbs.
yeah.
Which, fine. I'm
Fine.
drinking kombucha, and it's making my breath taste like sushi. Mm-hmm.
Love that for you and me.
Yeah. Can you smell it?
No, I really
Okay,
can't.
good.
I hate kombucha. Tastes like vinegar.
My
To
boyfriend
me.
said it smells or it tastes like farts.
Yeah, it's bad.
It's delicious.
Well, I guess if you say so.
It's delicious.
It's delicious.
I feel like everything that I've thought about that I wanted to talk about on this episode has left my brain.
I'm sure mine has too because it's been.
It's not even about the subject. I'm talking about like just in general.
Well, first off, I have an idea for something new that we can do,
What is it?
but I'll tell you after we do our slash and slays. Do you have any?
Let me think. I do not have any new books, I don't think. I'm reading like so many at once because I'm just trying to get out of the slump that the Ember and the Ash series left me in.
Yeah.
Because I just can't handle it. I do think I'm going to DNF 2 books right now that I'm
Really?
reading, or set them aside for later probably. One is called Written in Red by Anne. Yeah, you know I don't know who it is.
Mm-hmm.
You already know that. And it's about like werewolves, but I really wasn't paying attention. I was doing the audiobook and I'm like 4 hours in now and I'm like was not paying attention, and there's still 20 more hours and I'm like, I don't know what the heck is going on right now. And
That's one of my problems with audiobooks is because I'm doing something else usually.
yeah.
And
I
then
mean, I don't
listening.
always have that problem. I think it depends on the narrator and it depends on just like my state. Like I didn't really want to read this book, but I had it recommended to me, and then I recommended Ember and the Ash to this lady, and she's read like 130 books this year, which is crazy because it hasn't even been that many days of the year.
No. How?
I'm sure it's
Audiobooks?
audiobooks. Yeah, but she has read that many, and she read Ember and the Ash. So I was like, ugh, I feel bad. I should read this one because she told me about it, and I'm just really not into it right now.
Yeah.
Maybe I will be.
Is it like a Omegaverse? Is it like a?
It's like, yeah, it's like there's. Well, I'm telling you, I wasn't paying attention. I'm telling you that. All that I was paying attention to today was when I was listening to it on the way here. She wants to be an actress at Sparkle World or Sparkle Town, but she's from Podunk Town. That's literally the call. That's what they're called.
Oh.
Sparkle Town and Podunk Town.
Okay.
And that's a wolf's last name is Wolfgard.
Okay.
So we got some very literal words, which is fine. Whatever. We're just gonna get past it. I'm also reading The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue.
Oh yeah, I've read
And you have?
Mm-hmm.
Do you think it's worth the hype? That's what I fear. That heavy sigh is what I fear. But people would
It's not
like,
bad
kill for that book, I think.
I wouldn't kill for that book at all. I wouldn't. It's not even in my top like anything. But
Have
it
you
was.
read any more V.E. Schwab?
I haven't.
I do want to read her Darker Shade of Magic series because I think it's similar to Neverwhere. Like it has like a alternate London
Yeah.
and a magic system like that. And then she also has a new one coming out has vampires in it that I'm intrigued.
Okay. Yes.
But this is the first one of mine.
Yeah, I haven't read anything else, and I don't really remember a whole lot about it. I remember I like the concept of. I like the concept. It's also a horrifying concept.
Oh yeah.
In a way, to like live forever, but like as soon as you're out of eyesight of someone, they forget who you are.
Yeah. I think my problem is, and this does happen to me with magic systems sometimes, are like, I really try and poke holes on, like, I really try not to, but I end up poking holes in things, and then I'm like, no, that's not
right.
That, like, I can't just let myself, I have no chill. I can't just let myself enjoy it.
Yeah.
And I think she's fine as a character, but she's not, like,
super compelling.
Nah.
Yeah.
No. I'm barely into it, though. I'm, like, 30% of the way through.
Okay.
I've been, like, doing Kindle and audiobooks. I don't. She's about to go back to the bookstore again. Okay. And then I'm assuming she's going to realize that this man remembers her.
Huh. I mean, yeah.
Yeah. So, I don't know. I think I have had everybody say that it's, best book ever. Hype.
Right. And I think that's, like, a problem.
It is a problem.
It's a problem when people use it as, like, a generalization to say, like, you could say, this is my type of book. I really enjoyed this. To me, it was, like, the best book I've read. Yeah. But to say, I don't know. To say, like, objectively, like, everyone will love this book in a kind of way.
Yeah.
It almost subconsciously makes me be like,
not me.
I mean, it's the Aquarius in me. But, like, it's like, I'm not going to love it as much.
Yeah. I don't know. That's why I try really not to, like, hype up things. But if I'm more, like, reactive to somebody's emotion, being like, especially someone I know, being like, I love this, but, like, please, you have to read it. Like, I loved it. But that's not saying, like, you're going to love it. You know what I mean? Like, I just want to hear someone else's opinions on it, too. But I think I'm going into it thinking that I'm going to love it, and everybody's saying thinking that I'm going to love it. Like, I have an expectation that I'm going to love it, and I have to make everybody else happy that I love it, too. Which, I don't know. I'm only 30% of the way in, but I'm just not very, like...
It's not drawing you back to it.
It's not really, because I'm figuring what, like, I'm assuming what's going to happen.
Right.
And I don't know. I did start a new Noelle Illy today. I was going to do the one that you have in front of you here, Such Quiet Girls, the new one. But it just looked really sad, so I didn't do it.
I'll let you borrow it, though.
Okay, yeah. I started reading Room for Rent, and it's about this girl who is basically like ex cult member, and like she had to wear like basically Mormon Amish, like, but now she's in nursing school, and her parents think she's like the devil for doing that.
Oh yeah.
And she has like no money and nowhere to go, no friends in this town, but she has one more semester left. She can't get a job because she signed a contract being like, I'll take 27 hours of school and I will not take in a job so that I can make sure that I finish this and I can graduate early and then go live with my best friend and her family. That's her thing. Then she signs up to be roommates with someone that she never met before. This house was like very sketchy. It was very cheap. And she shows up and she has some very uneasy feelings. And much like previous Noelle books that we've read, I think a woman is going to discredit her gut feeling, and something bad is probably going to happen.
Yeah.
So, but I'm honestly more like, I want to see what happens.
Right.
So,
her books are very compelling.
Yeah.
Well, I've read two. Yeah. Forgot about Run on Red.
Run on Red, yeah. Movies. Wait, you didn't read Ask for Andrea?
I still haven't. No.
Okay.
I was going to
Great After Dark, and you read Run on Red. Okay.
And I was going to read that one because I know it's like really good. I
think that one's her most popular.
Yeah, so it's more expensive. It was even more expensive than the
really?
newer books. So I was like, let me get this one.
Yeah.
Ow.
Ouch.
Shit. Sorry.
Be careful. Be nice. Don't say those words. But movies, I think I only have one, which we'll discuss.
Oh, yes.
We shall discuss.
I don't have any books because I'm still reading Sky
Yeah, Sky Beyond the Storm.
Beyond the Storm.
I think, yeah.
Yeah.
I always was like, I don't know which one. This is the purple one. Yeah.
Yeah, the purple book. So I'm still like at the very beginning of it.
That's when Laya and Helene are together, right?
Yes.
I love the beginning.
I love that they're together.
It like seems like one of those moments, like whenever you are like, this is the final movie, like series in a movie, and you're like, oh, the gang is back together.
Yeah.
And like a new gang is like here, like what? Yeah, I don't know. It just gives me this weird feeling.
Yes.
I'm like,
it's like you feel the conclusion is coming.
Yeah.
And yeah, Elias is like, he like, I just got the part where Cain made him remember.
Yes.
Helene, Laya, and his mom.
Yes.
So I'm like, okay, so because I was like, how is he gonna get out of this? Like, I was like, he's like bound his soul. Like, I was like, how is he gonna get out of this? He's
literally bound for life through magic.
Right. But I'm like, there's something else going on. It also freaking annoys me all the time how the freaking Commandant is always everywhere.
She is crazy.
She drives me. I'm like, oh my God. Every time it's like, the Commandant, she's here. Of course she is.
And everybody's like, wasn't she just there? Yeah. And they're like, and we're like, guys, come on.
Yeah.
Don't you know?
I know. Like, y'all need to. And
the continuous, like, underestimating her did wear on me quite a bit.
Yes.
Because I was like, my God. Yeah.
They're still doing it. Yeah. And
that did wear on me through the third book, especially.
Yeah. Oh yeah, the third book was.
I was like, are you shocked? Really?
Because you're surprised, like, in that one time, Helene got her one time. Yeah. Like a little bit, but barely. It was like a little bit, and it was like, and I know it's like she's working with the Nightbringer, but it's like, I'm just like, I cannot wait for her downfall. Which,
why are you looking like?
I'm like,
she's like, waiting for my reaction.
I was waiting.
I'm not going to give you any reaction. I'm not going to give a single reaction.
I need I need her downfall so bad. Whether it's like a complete change of heart, which part of me is like, no. Okay.
Yeah. Thank you. No, I just mean like, I didn't mean to even react. My bad.
Sorry. I was like, no. I don't actually want that. So thank you for clarifying.
Right.
So yeah, I just need her to get bested for once in her little tiny life. I hate her so much. She's like, stupid. She's a great villain.
Ugh. But she's like the most evil villain I've ever
she's extremely
encountered.
Evil and I don't. She's always one. Like, she's 5 steps ahead.
Always there. Yeah. And that's why like I said, the third book when they were like, what? She's there?
Yeah.
Guys, didn't we learn?
Right.
Did we learn nothing?
I feel like we should have already known from even the first book. But yeah. Anyways,
the first book Commandant is like a sweet little puppy
compared.
Yeah.
But I think because she's way more, we see her way more up close in the first book.
Yes,
it's also
that is very true.
Terrifying.
We see her in her actual habitat.
Yeah.
And we also see her when she's like somewhat not in power. Mm-hmm. Now she running wild.
Yeah. So yes,
you're in the middle of that.
Did I watch any movies? I saw The Accountant too. It's not horror at all, but
The Accountant.
Yeah.
Woo.
Now here's my idea. Yeah. Something that maybe we do it once a month or something.
Wait, I have one more Slash&Slay story. I forgot. No, I'm just interrupting you for this. The rehearsal season 2 is horrifying and so good. I have never seen my brother like so viscerally react to anything in my life.
Yeah.
Like my 15-year-old couldn't give two craps about anything, brother. Uh-huh. Like jaw dropping on the floor.
Yeah.
And like being like, that is crazy. Like reacting, being like, that is horrifying. Uh-huh. What this man is doing. So I slay it.
Okay. Slay.
Yeah.
Slay for brother reactions.
Yes. Brother reaction gifts. Okay. What should we do every other week?
Okay. Or every month.
Every month.
At the beginning of the month or something.
Beginning of the month.
Or sometime.
Okay.
We go through our TBRs.
Oh, smart.
And we like say, oh my gosh.
Oh,
I just
Jesus.
myself.
Jesus.
And we say like we say the book and give a little, like, the little blurb of the book.
I like that.
We're going to read.
Our May TBRs.
Yes. So I have some.
Okay.
And, also, I tried to get Fable, but I have to upgrade my iPhone to get Fable. And I don't have enough storage.
Oh. I pay for storage. I have to.
Really?
I have to pay 99 cents a month for storage. Isn't that crazy?
That is crazy. Crazy. So these are all books that I found on... What's this called? What is this called?
Goodreads, Hoopla,
No.
Fable, Notion, Cloud Library.
Thank you. Cloud Library.
If you show me a book app, I know it.
You know it. There's various, some are audiobooks, some are
Okay.
regular.
While you do that, I'll start scrolling and see what I actually did have
I do have a lot, but I'll just do like 3. My 3 probably in order of what I'll do. So the first one is oh no, never mind, they took it off.
Well, remember what I said. Remember what I told you.
I should have freaking borrowed it.
It'll probably be there as soon as the next person. And you can use my Libby.
Okay.
And my Hoopla.
Okay.
And my Hoopla. My
Well, then I'll talk about it.
Okay.
The Grace Year by Kim Liggett.
I've heard of that, I think.
So it's called, goes like this.
It goes like this. Right. Go ahead.
Survive the year. No one speaks of the Grace Year. It's forbidden. In Garner County, girls are told they have the power to lure grown men from their beds, to drive women mad with jealousy. They believe their very skin emits a powerful aphrodisiac, the potent essence of youth, of a girl on the edge of womanhood. That's why they're banished for their 16th year, to release their magic into the wild so they can return purified and ready for marriage. But not all of them will make it home alive. 16-year-old Tierney James dreams of a better life, a society that doesn't pit friend against friend or woman against woman. But as her own Grace Year draws near, she quickly realizes that it's not just the brutal elements they must fear. It's not even the poachers in the woods, men who are waiting for a chance to grab one of the girls in order to make a fortune on the black market. Their greatest threat may very well be each other.
Ooh, that sounds good. Wait, can I see the cover?
Yeah.
Okay, maybe I haven't heard that one. Maybe I'm thinking about the Grace Sling or something like that I've heard of before. I was also in the middle of another book I forgot that I am not into and I might DNF. And for those of you who don't know, that means do not finish.
Did not finish.
And it is The Unworthy by Agustina Basterica. She does horror. And this one seemed really interesting to me because it was like a cult that's kind of like nuns, but it's like the end of the world happened and there was like a disease. But it's so like all vibes, no plot.
Okay.
And it's like nasty vibes, like needles and nipples. And I'm not a big fan.
Oh.
I think I need more plot.
Yeah.
So I'm not, it's so short though, so I might wrap it up and finish it. Yeah. We'll see. Want to read in May.
Needles in nipples or needles and nipples?
In.
Ugh.
Yeah. And worse. Like being whipped to death. So it's just like vibes of being tortured and really nasty, and like the main character is a horrible person anyway. But I mean she's a victim, but also horrible.
Yeah.
Okay, I want to read Juniper and Thorn by Ava Reed.
Sounds familiar.
Let's see, my friend Heather recommended this to me, and she said I would really like it. Let's see. I want to skip like the from highly acclaimed author, blah, blah, blah. Okay. A gruesome curse, a city in upheaval, a monster with unquenchable appetites. Marley Chen and her 2 sisters live with their wizard father in a city shifting from magic to industry. As Oblaya's last true witches, she and her sisters are little more than a tourist trap as they treat their clients with archaic remedies and beguile them with nostalgic charm. Marley Chen spends her days divining secrets in exchange for rubles and trying to placate her tyrannical, xenophobic father, who keeps his daughters sequestered from the outside world. But at night, Marley Chen and her sisters sneak out to enjoy the city's amenities and revel in its thrills, particularly the recent established ballet theater, where Marley Chen meets a dancer who quickly captures her heart. As Marley Chen's late-night trysts grow more fervent and frequent, so does the threat of her father's rage and magic. And while Oblaya flourishes with culture and bustle with enterprise, a monster lurks in its midst, born of intolerance and resentment and suffused with old world power. Caught between history and progress and blood and desire, Marlene Chin must draw upon her own magic to keep her city safe and find her place within it. Some spice, apparently.
Oh. It sounds a little bit like Caraval.
Oh, okay. I don't even know the premise of Caraval.
Oh, really? It's like two girls... Oh, I don't know. I can't explain.
It's two girls, yeah.
But there's two girls of two sisters, and their father's like a tyrant. And
okay.
They're trying to get to this like magic show that only comes around every certain. You have to have like an invitation for it.
Okay.
She gets an invitation from the what's it called? Like a ringmaster or whatever.
The ringmaster. Okay. Okay.
Anyways,
interesting.
That sounds good. Yeah. Fantasy.
A little bit.
Magic-y.
And I think vampire-y.
Yes, love that. Another one I want to read is called Killing It by Mike Bakoven.
Oh, okay.
He wrote Fantastic Land. This is
which
like
we love.
One of the first books, I think, from that, like that he's written since then.
Oh, okay.
So it says, since the late 1980s, the Square had been one of the most important clubs in New York for the alt comedy scene. But before that, it was something much darker and is now a place where evil lingers, waiting for a chance to spill blood. After a night of killing on stage, 4 comics find themselves in a desperate situation as the spirits of the past come out to play, and a fight for laughs becomes a fight for survival in the most unlikely of places.
Ooh. Sounds good.
I just love Fantastic Land so much.
Yeah. I wonder if it'll be similar, like, not necessarily interview style.
Right, but if it'll be, like, a different kind of format.
Yeah, because that was traditional. What I really liked.
Yeah. Which I didn't think I would, but I really did.
Same.
That was crazy.
I am curious to see if that book is, like, if he actually is a good writer.
Right.
Or if, like, he's just really good at, like, human
interview style. Yeah, like, because
like, knowing people.
There was, like... there was obviously still like story in there and detail and stuff, but it was less just like the traditional type story telling. So yeah, be interesting.
Curious.
Interesting for sure.
Interesting. Another one I want to read. I do want to read a horror. I want to remember that I do like to read horror, guys. I promise.
Gotta remember that.
I'm just really in a bad slump, but I want to read The Buffalo Hunter by Stephen Graham Jones. It's his newest one. Just came out last month or January, February. Wait, what month is it? It came out in March. This is a chilling historical novel set in the American West in 1912, following a Lutheran priest who transcribes the life of a vampire who haunts the fields of the Blackfeet Reservation looking for justice. A diary written in 1912 by Lutheran pastor is discovered within a wall. What it unveils is a slow massacre, a chain of events that go back to 217 Blackfeet dead in the snow, told in transcribed interviews by a Blackfeet named Good Stab, who shares the narrative of this particular life over a series of confessional visits. This is an American Indian revenge story written by one of the new masters of horror, Stephen Graham Jones. So it kind of is right up my alley right now, I think, in my... what mood I'm in.
Yeah.
So.
Up the alley.
Up the alley.
Take it up the alley.
Take it up the alley.
Trying to decide what my third one would be.
I know my third one if you need more time.
Okay, I'm just gonna pick. I'm just gonna pick this one.
Pick.
This one is called, which I don't know. This one, it like does sound like something I would really like, but it's kind of relating it to the book The Power, Handmaid's Tale, The Power, which I'd never finished The Power. I couldn't really get into The Power.
I've tried many times to like think about starting it. I haven't actually read a single word from it, but I've thought about it.
I read like a few chapters and...
Did you watch the movie?
I tried also to watch, I think it's a TV show.
TV show.
I tried to also watch that and didn't really get into that either. So, yeah, all that to say, I don't know if I would actually end up liking this book or if...
Because you hate women's rights and like women
right.
finding liberation. Because you hate that.
I hate that and I don't want that at all.
Yeah.
No, I just think that it would be like it might be too thought provoking. Sometimes those ones that you really have to just think.
I want to read to have fun, guys.
Yeah,
I don't really watch TV shows or movies that much, so sometimes I gotta read junk.
Yeah, true. Anyways,
not that this is junk. Sorry.
This still sounds good though. Okay, ready? It's called 11% by Marin Uthog.
Okay.
It is the new time, a time not so different from our own, except that men are gone.
Yoo-hoo!
All but 11% of them.
Golly,
that is never get rid of them. The minimum required to avoid inbreeding. But they are safely under lock and key in spa centers for women's pleasure and procreation. A few women protest that the males should be treated better, more space, better food, but all agree that testosterone cannot be allowed to roam free.
Amen.
The old patriarchal cities are crumbling, becoming overgrown. People now live in round communities. But if you prefer the slum, that's okay too. Religion has survived, sort of. Women priestesses speak in tongues, inspired by snake venom, as apples are passed around to the congregation. But all social engineering has its costs. 4 different lives intersect. Medea, a tiny long-haired witch and snake whisperer. Wicca, a young priestess who excelled at the self-pleasuring curriculum in school and has lost her pregnant lover. Eva, a doctor working in the spa center. And Silence, who lives in an almost abandoned convent. Each will discover the cracks in these women's paradises.
Ooh. Yeah, I don't think I would like that. Because if I find out that we actually need men, I'm not going to be happy.
Right, if that's the ending.
Yeah. I'm not going to be happy with that one.
I'm not going to be happy to find that out.
I don't need them. Do I want them? Some of them, sure.
Yeah.
I want my dad, my boyfriend, and my brother.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yep. Who do you want?
I was like...
I would
like my dad.
3.
Oh, we each get 3?
No, I'm kidding.
My dad, my husband, and my brother-in-law.
What about your nephews?
Well, they're not men yet, so...
They're the boys.
They don't count.
They're just boys. I know I will be reading one book because I'm going to actually get it. It comes out on Thursday, but I'm meeting the author on Friday. It's Tinks. She's like an influencer.
Oh.
I think this is a ghostwriter for sure. It's like a little romance. It's called Hotter in the Hamptons, and I think there's Tinks and a ghostwriter, and it's like, but my sister really wanted to go, so I'm gonna go with her, and I'm excited. I mean, Tinks is so cute and adorable. Love her dog. I mean, her cats. And we're going on vacation the last week. We'll be on the beach, so I think it'll be a perfect little beach read. But I also really want to read Dark Matter. That is now Apple TV show.
Are you kidding me?
What?
By Blake Crouch?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Wait.
That's one of my favorite books.
Really?
Yes.
It sounds like you're being sarcastic.
I'm not. It's literally one of my favorite books.
Are you kidding me?
Blake Crouch is one of my... I thought I've recommended that to you before.
I'm sure. I don't know.
Now it's an Apple TV show. Now she wants to read it.
Well, I'm not gonna. I like to be like, I've never watched the show. I just read the book. Yeah. That's what I like to say.
Right.
That's what I prefer. Mm-hmm. And I just want to be better than everybody.
Yes.
So that's what I do that for. So yeah, I'm gonna read that.
I love it. I've read it twice.
Okay. I read it. I almost bought it the other day at half price, but then my germs got in my way. My germs.
Was it a dirty book?
Yeah, it was so filthy dirty.
Dirty.
So dirty.
Sick.
I just get... I thought you did because I've looked at it before on here. I get weirded out about... So you actually don't like it that much, huh?
I do. I read it. I got it at the library.
Oh.
So I care about the environment.
Yeah. See, I just need to get some book disinfectants.
Yeah.
Because I get weirded out. Because I read on my bed. Like, I don't want...
Yeah.
A library book on my bed freaks me out. And that's a me problem.
Yeah. Sure is.
And that's why I made book sleeves and book covers so that I can slide them right on there. I'm adapting. Anyway,
those are our TBRs.
May TBRs. And I'll probably not read any of those. I'll probably read something completely different. Honestly, because I'm a mood reader.
Because my next book that I will read is Such Quiet Girls over there. Yeah. So.
Yeah.
So there.
So there.
Take that.
Take that.
All right, now for the main event.
Now for the sexy main event.
The main event. We both saw the movie
Sinners. Starring Michael B. Jordan and Michael B. Jordan.
And
Hailee Steinfeld.
And
that's all I
is there
know.
anyone else?
That's all I know.
That's all I know.
Oh, and the famous jazz musician at the end.
Yes.
I forget his name. I saw it last week.
Mm-hmm. I saw it.
Last weekend?
Yes, last Friday. No, yeah, last Friday.
Last Friday.
Last Friday.
Last Friday. I have no thoughts about it.
It was fine.
It was fine.
First, you Slash&Slay it.
We have to say Slash&Slay it first?
No.
Do you want me to say that so
no.
that you know if I liked it or not? Is that what you want? Wait, smile. Go like this.
Why?
Like this. Yeah, it's on your teeth.
Well, I have.
But and outside, yeah. Right there.
I haven't even eaten anything.
Well, obviously you did. You're a liar. I think it's out. Just telling you. Because our audience can see that. Yeah, it's gone. Our audience can see that.
I'm so embarrassed.
Guys, please don't look at the first part of this
Look at me.
Don't look at this part of this episode. Okay, I'll tell you what I'll tell you if I Slash&Slay it.
Should we do that? Don't we do that? We do that at the end.
We don't remember.
Okay.
We've never done this show.
We've never done that before. First off, let's give a little summary.
Oh, yeah. Good
If
idea.
you guys don't know. This movie is about two rascally brothers.
Two twins.
Twin brothers, played by Michael B. Jordan. And they come back to this, where was it?
It's their hometown in, it was Alabama or Mississippi?
Yeah. I can't remember.
It doesn't matter. It's a small southern town in 1937, I believe.
Yes.
35. So, obviously, not a fun place to be for black people. But these two brothers are known in this town. They are the town superstars. And if you're on their good side, you're so happy to see them. If you're not, you better run.
They reference like
Al Capone. Their good friend.
And just different like mob boss stuff. Things that they've been up to in Chicago. And
Chicago 1930s is all you need to know about these two boys' histories.
Yes. And they come back to this town and they're kind of like reuniting with people that, from their childhood, from their past. And they are attempting to open a juke joint. And
for black people.
Yes. To
make money.
And to listen to music and party and drink and just away from prying eyes.
Yes, because there's a lot of them for white people. And they're like, we have these in Chicago. We want to bring them back home. And I think we'll make a lot of money because we'll monopolize the market on that.
Yes.
So they buy this 2-story barn type thing from this white man. And they say, we're going to open it tonight. So what ensues for the first half about the movie, maybe first, you say like first third of the movie.
Yeah.
Is basically like the Muppet movie, which you wouldn't know. But they go along. And there's they're collecting, people. They're like getting the band back together. Yeah. They're like collecting the Infinity Stones. They're like, here's our friend. And it's more Muppet movie because they like sing in the car. Yeah. So it was like a Muppet movie to me. Except the two main Muppets are so sexy. And have biceps that I could just, Yeah. Anyway, that's all I'll say about him. Okay. Y'all already know. You already know.
That's not all you're going to say because we're going to
Yes, I will. More in depth. That's all. I promise. Just kidding.
We do meet their cousin.
Who's very talented.
Who's a very talented singer and guitar player.
Yeah.
But his dad's a pastor. Call him Preacher Boy because his dad's a pastor. And
the music is of the devil.
Yes.
And basically, I mean, this is cultural thing in many cultures that some musicians are so gifted that it can basically walk along the veil between the like spiritual realm.
Yeah.
And so dark things, spiritual things are drawn to
the music
and things like that. So that's why his dad says that music is of the devil.
Yes.
And especially when his cousins come and pick him up, his two mobster cousins, the dad is not very happy.
Right.
But the first third, they're getting all the band together, and they're going to open their juke joint.
And they do.
And they do. Okay, I will say, there's one part whenever the Smoke goes to see his wife. I thought that was his mama. And then I was like, what are you doing to your mother?
I was confused. I was a little confused at that part a little bit. Because I was like, who is she?
I thought it was just his mom. But then that's not something you do with your mama.
Yeah, they got after it.
They got after it. I mean, it made sense thinking back, like, oh, okay, that was their child's grave.
Yeah.
But I thought he was visiting his father's grave because they had just talked about the father thing.
But there's like a little baby.
I know.
Like
I was like,
baby
I don't
cross.
know what that was. I was just like, okay, it's a grave. I don't know. But anyway, he does. Smoke goes and sees the wife that he left there, and she's too forgiving. I'll say that. Number one. Number two, she is very in touch with the spiritual realm.
Yes,
and believes in tokens and protective herbs and rituals and things like that. And he thinks it's a bunch of mumbo jumbo.
And she's also very good at cooking catfish.
Yeah. And she's gorgeous.
And she goes.
That's why I was like, that's his mom. She looks great. I was like, wow.
Like, well, it's not.
No.
And we also in town we meet who do we meet?
Is her name Mary?
Mary, who is played by Hailee Steinfeld, who comes up to Stack, the other brother, and is like, hey, you freaking left. And my mom died, and you didn't, and she raised y'all, and you didn't even come.
Yeah.
And she's
Stack is definitely the more
he's like the playboy
brother.
Yeah.
And more happy-go-lucky. Smoke is very
more
serious.
Like, yeah.
And so, yeah, that's an important differentiation because they're exactly alike. Visually, exactly alike. Which, like, I really did like the, well, we'll go into that later. Finish our synopsis.
Yes.
They open the place. Everybody's having a grand old time.
Woohoo!
For some reason, they have to talk about money, which I was like, okay.
Yeah.
Weird thing to talk about right now. But these people can't afford it because they're using plantation money. And so Smoke and Stack get in a little bit of a fight. But the fight is forgotten when their young cousin begins to sing.
Yes. And he sings, and as he's singing, there's like a voiceover of, okay, can I just say, this is bringing up, like, this is not really part of the synopsis. You know how I said last week that there was like a scene that I could watch over and over. It was this scene.
Yeah, the iconic scene.
It was
iconic.
I was crying.
Yeah.
It was like incredible to me.
So cool.
Basically, as Preacher Boy is singing, Annie's the wife. She's doing like a voiceover, like talking about, the spiritual and how music connects the past and the future. And as he's singing, we have, culturally, people from like Africa with like their drums and the music. And then we have like people from the 80s come in, and then we have people from the 90s, and we have like girls twerking in the corner, and the music gets like,
and it like has like a beat, and like it gets a beat, and like,
and it's going, it's like, was it a one? There was a lot of one shots in this.
Yes, yeah.
Was this a one shot?
I think it was because it went like, until I think there might have been a few cuts,
Right, because
but like
the fire.
before the fire,
Right, because
like
the fire.
before the big one shot
Yeah.
one. But yeah, and then there was like a ballet dancer. There was
Yes.
mask dancing. There was someone from the future, like future. Yeah, like the twerking and the beats and the rapping, and it was like then people from other cultures too.
Yeah.
Like there was
Chinese, because there's 2 Chinese characters in this.
Yes. Some folk music. Yeah. They were all there because his music transcended, and everybody's like having this spiritual experience basically because he's so gifted. And then it pans out and you see the whole building's like on fire, and because he like bringing the house down, he was bringing the house down.
He's bringing the house down. He's burning it down.
Burning it down. It wasn't actually on fire, guys.
Right. It was just a metaphor.
Yes, a metaphor. And you see the power of music and how beautiful it is, and how it can transcend time. It can, nothing else but something like art can transcend time. And, everything else fades, but music, art, those kind of things can connect us across entire timelines. Yeah. So you see how beautiful it is. And then we're introduced to
3. Well, we kind of already met them, but 3 whiteys.
3 whiteys come and try
whiteys
to have
show up
a party.
They show up. It's I mean, you know that they're not actual humans.
Yes, they're vampires.
Vampiric. They show up trying to get in, try to be invited in, and playing their little white folk
I was
music.
Like,
I know.
I loved it.
Pick full Robin clean.
Yeah.
Pick full Robin clean.
And I love their whole little dance moves.
The whole dance. Like, okay. And I've seen so many TikToks, like people being like, showing like, oh, like Smoke during this, Annie during this, you know, all watching, and then it's like Stack during this. He's like, dancing in the corner.
Yeah, he loved it. He was like, let him in.
He was like moving his head.
Yeah.
But they don't let them in because they're like, this is not for you. Get out of here.
Can we have one thing, please?
I know. And then, of course, they're like, with Hailee Steinfeld, she's like in. And like, well, you let her in. And they're like, well, she's family.
And she's a 4th black, apparently.
Back up, yes. Back it up. And so they're like, okay, well, if you change your mind, we're going to walk away slowly.
Yeah.
Very slowly walk away.
And then, for some reason, their motivation is they might have money because they're white. So that's the reason why we had that conversation about money, but I still, whatever. Weird.
It was a way to get Hailee Steinfeld out there.
Yes.
She says, I'm going to go and talk to them. And they're singing, and then they talk to her, and then, well, we don't really know, but.
We don't know what happens until there accidentally was an invitation of a certain vampire. And all hell breaks loose. Thankfully, we have Annie, the spiritual empath of all of us, and she knows exactly what they are and what to do to defeat them.
Yes.
So then all of a sudden it's a vampire movie.
Yes.
Should we say any more? Is that spoilers enough?
I think that's good.
Okay.
We're going to spoil it later, so.
Yeah. Ta-da!
Ta-da!
This is my synopsis of it for me, okay? How I've been describing it to people. It's like the Muppet movie, and then it becomes like The Greatest Showman. And it's like My Greatest Showman, because I did not like The Greatest Showman like at all. Yeah. So this is My Greatest Showman. Like even with the stomping and the clapping and the singing and the musical numbers.
I love that part too. When they're doing the Irish
when they're
chick.
doing
out in the field.
Not Danny Boy. What were they doing?
Dun, dun.
They were doing one of the ones that I love.
Yeah.
Sorry, I love some white people folk music. I can't help it.
Yeah.
I love blues too. but they were singing their little hearts out. I loved it. And even like Greatest Showman, they're like trying to put on this performance. It's kind of the same thing, guys.
Yeah.
It's just way better, more interesting Greatest Showman.
Right.
I really did enjoy the angel and devil aspect of Smoke and Slim. Or Stack. Smoke and Stack. And Slim was the other guy, wasn't he?
Slim was one of them, yeah.
Yeah. He was the guard. The really drunk one.
Yeah.
Loved him too. But I liked the angel and devil aspect and how it was like, especially with the cousin being like,
yeah,
have fun, blah, 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 blah. Like, Stack's like, you can live this life, blah, blah, blah. And then Smoke is like,
you're going to stay where you are.
Get out of here. Like, yeah. And even with each other, they're like angel and devil, and they have a good balance together. But if you get them on their own, which they were for the most of the first part of the movie, then they kind of lose themselves a little bit.
Yeah.
And have different set of judgment. But that's the only reason why I can justify him not hiring somebody else to like be his twin. So I think I just not looked exactly alike.
Right.
But that's the only reason why I think he, like, I can accept. Like, yeah, okay.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll never say no to double, but.
Right. But you're saying you didn't like it that he was him twice?
I did, but only because of that.
Of
like
the juxtaposition.
Yeah. And if it wasn't for that, I would be like, why don't you just hire someone else?
Right.
Because twins don't even look that much alike.
Right.
Even identical twins.
But I think they also did a good job. Like, I knew who was who. Like,
yeah.
They did
with
have
the costuming.
Stack did have like a gold tooth.
He had like half a grill.
Yeah. Who would you choose? Smoke or Stack?
Smoke, hello?
Really?
Why would you think I would use Stack?
I would choose Stack.
I know you would. I know you choose Stack because Stack is more fun. I would choose Smoke. He's so serious, and he was sweet. Did you see what he did? When he was with his wife?
I did.
It was very sweet.
It was very sweet.
Stack get freaky. And he liked it. He probably died. Oh. Spoilers.
What?
Sorry.
Wait, it was spoilers back then when we finished
the
synopsis. Everyone knows that.
Everybody knows this. He probably died exactly how he wanted to.
He did, 100%.
And you know what? I thought the sexiest part of that movie was going to be Hailee spitting into Michael B. Jordan's mouth. I thought that was going to be the sexiest part. But the sexiest part, why do you say no?
Because I saw people, like, before I saw the movie, sometimes a TikTok would pop up of it being like, hey, like, it's kind of like, oh, Hailee Steinfeld spitting into Michael B. Jordan's mouth. Like, so I was like, okay, so it's going to be, like, really sexy. It was gross.
Yeah, no.
It was just
that's
like
why
her
I'm saying,
slime.
like, that's nasty.
Like, it was just like, I thought, to me, it's already not really super.
I wouldn't do it.
I'm not into that, but
I would
like,
say, hey, gum, maybe? Gum? No, I don't want to. I'm just saying, like, if you want to relieve your saliva, maybe like get some gum or spit it out or something. But
it was just like a trip. It was gross.
It was gross.
It was like a dog drooling.
No, but listen, what the sexiest part was.
I'm sorry. Yes.
When Smoke held this little baby in his biceps, I was like, my gosh, I'm pregnant right now.
That was very sweet.
I was pregnant.
I'm not even gonna lie.
fallen pregnant.
I'm not even gonna lie. That did I got a little baby fever.
Yeah, I did too. I was like, well, because if Michael B. Jordan came and held your baby, yeah, baby fever, baby fever,
baby fever.
Yeah. Well, I'm just thinking about the saliva now. That was gross.
Yes, it was gross.
And she said, "You want some?"
He said, "Should I put it in my mouth, girl?"
He's going, yeah, you nasty. Little preacher boy.
Little preacher boy.
And you know what? He proved every strict parent right.
He really did.
He was like, "No, Dad, I'm just gonna play music." Mm-hmm. His dad said, "You're gonna have sex. You're gonna be drinking.
You're gonna start fornicating.
Yeah, you're gonna do all. Guess what he did?
He did all those things and more. Things.
He punched someone. He stole. He everything.
He down there.
He went down there.
He went down there.
What else was I gonna say that I didn't like? I guess nothing else. I liked it all. Done.
Done. I liked it. Slash&Slay.
Oh. Well, do you want to say something else that you like? Or no? Do you like the vampire parts?
I do.
What are you laughing at?
No. I liked the whole like reveal of the whole like inviting them in sort of thing.
Oh yeah, that was funny.
There's some cornbread came there. I mean, it was good. It had history. It had comedy. It had romance. It had
supernatural
music. Horror. It had music. It literally had like everything
you could want.
Yes.
I also loved the Asian characters.
Yes, me too.
And I loved the. No, I feel like they did a lot. Like, can you imagine being like, yeah, I want to do a movie where there's these two twins and they used to be gang members, but then they come back to their small town and open up a juke joint. Okay, that could be a whole movie.
Right, exactly.
And then they're like, okay, and then they also bring in their new, or their cousin, and he's really good at singing, so good that he can, like, summon spirits from the dead and from the future. And also there's, like, vampires. And also, like, he sees his ex-wife, and then he sees his ex-girlfriend, and then they, like, all get back together. And then also, like, one of them might have killed the dad. And then... and
there's, like,
also,
history of abuse.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
And also, secretly, the KKK sold them the joint, so they were going to actually massacre them. And also, the vampires are part of the KKK. So,
I got that the vampires were not part of the KKK. The vampires weren't part of the KKK.
No. Once it became vampires.
Right, but before they were, yeah.
Yes. Yeah, before they were part of the KKK. And then they were not because whenever you become a vampire, you're all connected and you have the same brain.
Yes.
Hive mind.
Essentially. So you're not going to have any, like, those prejudices.
Like, love. And honestly, if they're like, hey, we'll bite you and you can literally just, like, sing and dance with us forever.
I know.
Sure.
Honestly, I'm like, what would be the point of, like...
I was like, what are y'all fighting for here?
Yeah, I was like, y'all could do this, what you're doing, forever.
Literally.
Run the juke joint forever.
You don't have to kill people. I mean, you can if you want. But, like, I get it. Like, I would want people to feel like it's like drugs, I guess.
Yeah.
Like, you can feel how I feel. Singing some folk music, blues, dancing, being young forever. Sure, sign me up.
Sign me up.
I don't need to see a sun.
I love the nighttime.
Yeah, I love the nighttime.
I forgot they can't see. Obviously, they're vampires, so they cannot be in the sun.
Yeah, I might miss that, but, like, whatever. You gotta give and take.
I did love them dancing in the fields and just, like, going to town. Fun. Going to town.
I like the idea of a musical vampire.
Yes.
It's like Greatest Showman meets Twilight.
It was.
And then the ending was a great revenge, satisfying ending.
Yes.
And then the ending, the old man ending was, like, at first I thought it was unnecessary, but...
What's them coming back?
Yeah. I feel like if you had ended the movie, I would have felt the same way.
Yeah.
But it was still interesting to see.
Yeah.
And cool.
It's cool to see that they got, I don't know. I do wonder, like, how much does it really change you as a person? Like, the vampiric gene.
Yeah.
Because it did kind of, like, almost, like, fully change their personalities. Like, Cornbread, when he came back, and he was like, it's all about peace and love, you know?
Yeah. I feel like memories make someone, so you keep those memories.
Right.
But your impulses and your emotions change. So then your actions change.
Yeah.
So I think maybe in the future when he's like, he made me promise, which I didn't buy that, whatever. I mean, like, I was like, okay, I guess.
When what? Sorry.
When he was like, he made me promise to never kill you, and I just ran away. I was like, okay. That's a weird thing to ask a vampire to promise and expect them to, like, actually do that.
Right, when the whole point was that they wanted them to
join them.
But I guess it was in his way, like, showing him maintaining some of his humanity.
Yeah, but maybe nobody else did.
There was, like, a loyalty. Well, then everyone else died. Everyone else they all died. No, like...
Like they didn't get a chance, you mean?
Yeah. Maybe they would have done the same. Well, not all of them, but...
So then maybe the KKK vampires actually did kind of keep to their agenda.
Yeah.
I don't know. It was just like, okay, to me. I was like, all right, I guess. Like, I bought it, but it's just like, all right, whatever.
I mean, their entrance was really cool.
Oh, yeah. It was very cool.
It was very like, ooh.
It was like a sister episode.
Yes. Literally.
Yeah. He looked like Roger.
Yeah, he did.
He was dressed like him. You know what I have to say? Go home, Roger.
Go home, Roger. All in all, it was
so good.
It was so good. I think it could be, I mean, we're in, what month is this? May? Could be one of the best horror movies this year.
Oh, easily for me.
I don't really see anything else being good.
Nah.
Comparable. I mean, it was just like, literally, like I said, it had everything.
It has everything you could ever want in a movie, period. And then everything you could ever want in a horror movie.
Yes.
I mean, as we said before, earlier in this same episode, I think we really enjoy a good plot and a lot of character building.
Yes.
And that's why I was, like, really trying to think, why am I not enjoying this, like, book that's just, like, all vibes?
Mm-hmm.
It's, like, because I have nobody to, like, care about, nobody to... Like, I don't care about the vibes. Like, the vibes can be off, but if I like the characters and I like the story, then I'm here for it.
Yeah. And I cared about all the characters. I
loved the vibe. I liked all of it.
And yes, it had the plot, character, and then it had the vibe on top of it.
I also understood every single character and their point of view.
Yes.
And that is something that I can never really say.
Mm-hmm. It's very hard. It's difficult to do.
Yeah. And I don't know. I loved it. And Michael B. Jordan should be in every movie also. Like, that's everything you want in a movie.
Play every single character in every movie ever from now on.
Did you see that meme I sent you yesterday? It's like a meme going around that's Dakota Johnson with Chris Evans and Pedro Pascal.
Where'd you send it?
I think on Instagram. And it's like me and like she's in the middle. Dakota Johnson's holding hands with both of them because they're part of that movie where they're like basically a love triangle.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and then it will be like two different things, and then Dakota Johnson in the middle, and one of them had like a smoke and stack, and then Dakota Johnson in the middle, and like me. Yeah.
So true.
So true.
So true. So true.
Go watch Sinners. I'm gonna go see it again on the 18th. I'm going to see it in 70 millimeter, which they filmed in, which is so cool because nobody does that anymore.
That's so cool.
And there's only 10 theaters worldwide doing it. So,
wow.
I'm so excited.
So, Slash&Slay.
Slay.
Slay.
And that's why we do not pierce the veil.
Correct. That's why I'm not talented enough to do anything.
Slay. How'd y'all like that?
So good.
Thanks. You are so talented. Shut up.
Not talented enough to pierce the veil.
Do we want to though? No.
I don't know.
See, I could if I really tried.
I could.
If I really tried.
So there was this American Horror Story season where it was vampiric, where they would take these pills, and if they took the pills and they were like really like it was people who in the arts and stuff like that, so singers, writers, you know, I mean, really, it could be anything.
Yeah.
If you took the pill and you were really talented, like you had actual promise and talent, you could, you would get like all your success would come true. But you were also a vampire, so you would like crave blood.
Oh.
And then if you actually like weren't talented,
you would die.
You would become like a decrepit like vampire. You would like
like a familiar.
You would lose
type.
everything. Yeah.
Okay. So how would you know? You just have
you
to
don't.
taste it.
You just have to like, because I could be like the.
Okay, so
there was like a husband and wife,
okay.
And the wife was like an architect or a interior designer, and the dad was a writer, and he was like very obsessive. He ended up taking the pills. He
was not talented.
Finished his script. No, he finished a script. He was like, you know, he sold scripts and all this stuff, and the wife finally took the pill, and then she was not talented. She became like all decrepit and stuff. So that's really interesting. It kind of like that. I don't know why. It kind of like reminded me of that.
That kind of sounds like Black Mirror.
Yeah.
Ish.
Yeah. It has Black Mirror vibes. But I was watching that. I was like, honestly, and this is not me being like cocky or anything. I don't think. So I was like, I feel like if I took the pill, I would be successful.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be decrepit.
But you don't need to take the pill and crave blood.
Thank you.
Because you're already successful. The success is relative. Subjective? What's the word? I don't know what I'm trying to say.
I don't think it's subjective because...
I don't know.
Because it's like, is success measured?
Exactly.
Can success be measured?
Objective. That's what I mean.
Well, objective,
Subjective?
I don't know.
Relative?
Unmeasurable, relative.
Success
Hold on.
is...
Let me define relative.
Success is relative. Success is in the eye of the beholder.
Considered in relation or in proportion to something else.
But that's like relative to, like related to.
Right.
We don't know words.
I'm just trying to figure out philosophy. A term, thing, or concept that is dependent on something else.
Success
is it dependent on something else? Relative, dependent on something else.
Success is...
What is success?
The best revenge.
Amen. Period. Get that.
So we slay it.
All right, guys.
We slay it.
Yeah, everyone go see Sinners. And also, don't forget to follow us.
On Instagram at slashandslaypod. Or on TikTok at slashandslaypod. Send us an email at slashandslaypod@gmail.com.
And we will be back next week with something else to talk about.
Something new and exciting.
Woo!